Welcome back, Peaches. So today I kind of wanted to do another Monster Hunter episode, video, whatever the hell you want to call it. But I kind of wanted to give it a little bit of a review. As you can see, I'm Hunter rank 77. I've got 57 hours into the game. So my build has been like a gore burst, water dual blades build. It's just kind of something I've been putting together just because I've been doing a lot of like looking online and just kind of comparing builds and seeing what works, kind of what doesn't. I noticed this thing that a lot of people like to do that, like, they like to be like, oh, the potential, like the what if, the this, the that, and then there's like the reality of what happens in 99% of hunts. I mean, I'm also not the best player at hunts, so let's just be honest. Let's get that at the way right now. I think. But I think a lot of people have come into this game trying to like over optimize it instead of realizing what a Monster Hunter is. So those are all kind of points we'll touch on. So kind of like first thing, and also in the background I'm going to be kind of showing off my build. I'll be sure to show the stats and kind of what I'm rocking right now. Like I said, there are things that I do definitely want to be better, like some decorations and some affinity or some like reinforcements on these weapons. But for the most part, I'm pretty happy with where it's at for the amount of time I've put into it, and I think that's a good thing. The system's not hard. I didn't do that exploit where you could get a bunch of gems and shit like that. If you're doing that, I think you're ruining the game actively for yourself. So yeah, with that out of the way. So right off the bat, let's talk about like the story. Monster Hunter historically has never had good stories. Anybody who kind of thinks that it's had good stories, I'm not gonna lie, you're kind of insane. You kind of go into it with these expectations that if you go into with the expectations that it's gonna have like a really crazy life-changing story that like you're gonna walk away being like, oh, I felt something today. You unfortunately are looking at it wrong, and I hate to be that guy, but you don't know what the fuck you're playing or talking about. Like, I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not by any means like a OG Monster Hunter vet, but I have played a few of the old Monster Hunters. I played World, and I've also obviously played Wilds for a significant amount of time. And that's a thing that I think like a lot of people don't realize is again, they go into it expecting this thing because they've heard all this hype online. And like the new thing is to be like, oh, this is exploding the Steam chart. Every game is exploding the Steam charts, bro. But back, kind of looping back. Sorry, I went on a bit of a tangent there, but the story is it's okay. Is it better than a lot of other Monster Hunter games? I think so. I think it has potential to kind of be better. But it also shoots itself in the foot really hard with that whole Nada bullshit. Spoilers, by the way. If you want to avoid spoilers of the story, skip like ahead a couple minutes and see where I'm talking about. I'll even say I'm not talking about the story anymore when we're done talking about the story. But really, no. The story was fine. I thought it was really cool that we were getting all this lore and kind of background stuff about the ancient civilizations that Monster Hunter fans have kind of heard about for the past 20 years. Ah, yes, Polygon Arkveld. Thank you. I think it's cool. Now here's where, oh my god, that needs to be way turned down. I'm gonna run over here and do that before I continue my point. My good God, I'm like, Jesus, I should have done this earlier, but I didn't. Unfortunately, we're gonna bump you like way down here. There we go. Okay, now that I can think, it had me with all like the ancient civilization stuff. Like what kind of was going on with these guardians, and like Arkveld. Why was he being a big pissy? Poopy pants, like all these things, right? It just kind of falls flat almost when you then have the kid at the start of the game, Nada be like, "Oh, Arkveld's horrible. He needs to pay for what he's done. He's the worstest in the whole world. I hope everything bad happens to Arkveld." And then it 180s and is just like, "Oh no, he just like me for real." And it's like, what? This thing literally slaughtered your family. Like, what do you mean he's just like me? He deserves to be free. He is a monster. And like, the crazy part is in one of the cutscenes, again, spoilers, he is literally just like killing a monster to kill it, and like flings it at you, and then Nada's still like, "Nah, bruh, he can be fixed. He's not that bad. He's chill, for real. Believe me. Like, you've never seen such a chill monster." And it's like, what are you like? What? Like, what kind of drugs did you take in between now and like when your village was attacked by this monstrosity of a wyvern, you know? But he's just like, "Nah, Arkveld's chill, bro. You don't understand. I've seen differently. I've seen the error of my ways. He's just Batman, you know." So besides Arkveld being Batman, according to, you know, Nada, like I said, the lore and stuff regarding the ancient civilization, I thought that was cool. You know, I thought they really did a good job on that, because it was always kind of one of those things they brought up and then they were like, "All right, we're done with that," and then it was just kind of always a generic meh Monster Hunter story. And again, by all means, do not think that this story is anything other than another meh Monster Hunter story. But there were cool elements. Overall, do I like it more than World's story? I mean, I can't say, because I'm going at it with the context of World's DLC, right? But like base game to base game, I'd say that I like Wild's a little more. I like some of the quality of life things that it brought, which does matter. That impacts the story experience. I don't care who you are, and if you think it doesn't, you're wrong. Okay, like, plain and simple. If my enjoyment of the game while playing the story is improved, then guess what? The story is better. Hate to break it to you. That's how that works. That's just logic, right? So there's that. Let's talk about weapons. I've seen a lot of people complain about some weapons. I've seen a lot of people complain about certain things. I think they are new people coming into Monster Hunter, or, again, people who don't know what the hell they're talking about. Sure, there's a few things here and there, like hammer. Like, could they have kept some of the stuff from World while implementing the new stuff they have in Wilds? Sure. I can concede there and agree. But that doesn't mean hammer sucks or hammer's not good. You know, a perfect example of good things they have done is 100% dual blades, what I'm using right now. They are a great, like, they are a great change. You can now not have to rely on stamina potions literally to save your life. And it's like, oh, are you running 50 stamina potions? No. All right, well, GG's. You know, you're cooked. And it's like, that's not fun, ever, if you ask me. You know, maybe some people liked the potion crafting. I was not one of them. I don't think anybody actually does, but I mean, if you're one of those people who's gonna be like, "Oh, I cope for the old ways," because, you know, there's always those Monster Hunter fans who are like, "Oh yeah, dude, no, like, I loved when we used to have to grind specifically for whetstones. That was so much fun. That was good gameplay." Like, yeah, no, I totally hate having infinite whetstone. What? Like, what are you talking about? Shut up, nerd. So yeah, no, there's, you know, weapons for the most part got a quality of life update. You know, insect glaive mains are gonna complain because, goddamn, if it ain't, every Monster Hunter insect glaive is gotta be like, "Oh, they ruined insect glaive. It's broken. It's awful." And then like 6 months go by, and then they're like, "Oh my god, insect glaive is so good, so tasty, so good," and it's like, the most controversial weapon to ever exist for what reason? Other than it's funny? Controversy funny? I don't know. Like, you know, I don't think there's really anything. I think my biggest complaint, if we're gonna complain about, oh shit. If we're gonna complain about weapons, why didn't they add a new weapon? Like, it's been a long time since Monster Hunter's had a new weapon. It could totally do with a new weapon in Wilds. Like, you're telling me they don't have the technology? Like, we're not cavemen. We have technology. You know what I'm saying? We could 100%. 100% could have gotten a new weapon, and I think it would have been really cool. You know what I think would be a cool weapon? And call me, you know, a caveman, which is fine. You know, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I may be a caveman, goddammit, but I'm right. How cool would it be if we finally got our goddamn fist weapon, you know? I want straight up fists. You know, I want to box with the monster. I want to, like, take my big fist. I want to knock him on his ass. I want it to be like Hammer, but with fists. Like, I want it to have the power of a hammer with the mobility of a dual blade. You know, does that sound ridiculously overpowered? Oh, yeah. Yeah, 100%. But give me it. I want that. I want to be like Robert Downey Jr. in Sherlock Holmes, where he's like, oh, discombobulate. And I discombobulate the monster with the discombobulation move, the discombobulate attack, the combobulation. Like, I think that'd be cool. But, you know, overall, I'm pretty happy with how weapons were handled. I don't feel like they really butchered anything. You know, I used to rock Hunting Horn a lot. I'm not as big of a fan of it as I used to be, and I don't know if maybe that's just because my playstyle has changed a lot over time. I mean, I do appreciate a good Hunting Horn main, don't get me wrong. You know, my goats, my Hunting Horn goats out there, you are always welcome. You know, you're always gonna carry the party in your own way, and you're awesome for it. We love you. I love you. But it's unfortunately just not for me, this game. Oh, fuck. Let me go! Okay, cool. It's just unfortunately not for me, this game, which is, it's fine. I'm not a big fan of having to keep up the bubbles. Like, I think it almost feels like there's too much to manage now with Hunting Horn. But again, that's not a bad thing. That's probably more of a skill issue. Well, I say it is a skill issue on my end of, I just don't like juggling all that much stuff. Which is no biggie. You know, that's why they give you so many weapons. Just a shame we didn't get a 14th one. You know, and this is kind of like a 2.5/3 point. I kind of want to, like, harken back to a little bit of, like, the whole, oh, we have to, you know, do this exploit, we have to do this grind. Like, why, can we just talk for a second of why everyone is upset that they have to actually play the game they spent $70 on? Like, you guys realize you spent money on this. Why do you want to hurry up and not play the game anymore? It's like, oh, yes, I have to hurry up and get all the best stuff, and that way I don't have to fight any monsters. Okay, well, what are you going to play the game? What's the point of playing the game? Why'd you buy it? Oh, well, I don't want to grind monsters. I want to get stuff set fast. It's like, okay, but the game is Monster Hunter. That's what the point is. It's not go pick up pollen and from a flower hunter and rest at your campsite repeatedly and get, you know, 8 billion weapon parts and gems in 6 seconds. It's not what the game is. If you want to play a simulator or a clicking simulator, go fucking play Roblox, bro. Like, dead ass. Like, I do not understand this new culture of I have to speed run, I have to optimize, I have to make everything, you know, super duper perfect all the time. Like, it does not have to be that way. Just enjoy the game, play the game, enjoy the game, learn the game, make your own builds, experiment, do things. But, like, this whole culture of we have to do all this stupid shit 24/7, and I have to, like, do the most optimal thing, and I have to find the grind that gives me a million things, and I have to finish the game in 10 hours instead of, you know, 70. Why? I don't get it. It makes no sense. You're actively ruining the game for yourself. Those are kind of the three things. I know this is a short video. I wanted to kind of just show the build, and again, I'm gonna show the actual stats, my armor, and everything else like that. Let's see what you got here. Let's see. We got a bunch of shit we don't want. Cool, because I need circles, discs, whatever. I need cracked discs. These are not cracked discs. That's unfortunate. But no, I kind of wanted to just kind of give a quick little review of how I feel about things. Overall, where do I put the game? I'm going to solidly put it at like an 8.5. I want to see what the April update has. And the 8.5, the reason I'm not giving it a 9 is literally because of the optimization. It is, like, if anyone's going to knock the game, it's horribly optimized. Like, look at this. Like, right there, look at those textures. Like, why is that happening? I have a 4090, you know, I have a Ryzen 9, I have 32 gigs of RAM. Like, dude, my machine is, like, I have a 4070 Ti. What are you struggling for, bro? Like, how is this not, like, you see what I'm saying? Like that's a fair, you know, that's a fair bitch. If anyone's gonna complain about that, I completely understand. If you know, you're like, I am not being able to enjoy the game because of the optimization. 100%, I 100% am like, got it. You know, I can't fault you there. So I will concede where I need to, which is there, in that the game does have problems. I'm not saying the game's perfect. It definitely does have problems, but so as far as build goes, here I'll hop in the old tent so we can actually look at my equipment. Yeah. So as far as build goes, I'm using these little bladedy blades for jewels. You know, some stream to kind of increase that. I went with crit element. Like I said, there are jewels that I would like to use that are different, but you know, not always the way it goes. I did get some okay-ish reinforcements. I would have liked elemental boosts, but I'll take the sharpness boost and the 1 elemental boost. You know, it's not the end of the world. Don't feel like you have to go 5 out of 5. Like, take your time, enjoy it. It's process. You know, like when you get it, it's gonna feel good. You're gonna be happy. So there's that. For the armor, I'm running the Guardian Ebony Helm, the Gore Chest, the Gore Vambraces, the Gore Coil, Gore Greaves. I do need to put on a different charm, but I just need to grab some materials for it. Also, Corrupted Mantle. You know, you drain your health, but do big damage. You know, pretty easy. I would say if you're gonna get if you want to make sure you do get something, like for sure, like I think for this specific dual blade, you want to run at least 1 sharpness and 4 elemental boosts would be like your 5 out of 5 like god roll, in my opinion. But by no means do you actually have to do that. I don't think. Like I don't think that it's detrimental if you don't actually have that. Just get yourself a good solid set and call it good. So on the helmet, I'm running a Destroyer Jewel. I didn't really have anything super good in slot that I wanted that was like super, you know, oh, I got to put this in over. I mean, we might have something. I mean, we could go with like evasion, sure, but like I kind of like being able to I like being able to break some stuff, and it's like, well, you're running dual blades, but it's like, yeah, but I'm also running hammer. So it helps. Tenderizer and growth, pretty self-explanatory. Again, same with earplugs. I threw those in because I didn't have something better in slot. Like I didn't have a best in slot, so I was like, you know, I've got other good stuff around here, like on my other stuff. So I'll just throw in earplugs just to kind of be a temporary slot in. Physique Jewel, Tenderizer again, Phoenix Jewels, those are important. I would like to get another Phoenix Jewel for my helmet, I believe, is where I'm wanting to put that other Phoenix Jewel. And then counterattack, insane. I think there is like another jewel I was kind of looking at. There's like a few here and there that I'm looking at, but again, I also need to farm out some more jewels just because, you know, it's a process. It takes time, but I'm finding good success with this build. You know, I find that I'm not dying very much with it, despite, you know, the Corrupted Mantle, and just being able to kind of, I mean, I wasn't doing it very much on this, but like normally when I'm focused and not blabbing about a game, I can, you know, I'm just spamming perfect dodges and just infinite stamina, screw attacking with the dodge and Y combo on my dual blades. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm going with. I mean, if you also are curious about my hammer, it has absolute dog shit, you know, stats for the most part. Like I would much rather some different stats on that. Like I want to get that blast element up. I would like full element and 1 sharpness on that as well, I believe. That's kind of where I'm going. But I like to run dual blades and hammer, so that's kind of what I'm going for. I don't use my hammer too often. I just it's kind of like, oh, hey, I need to go get some parts off of this, or I need to break a specific part, like a head or something like that, or a nose. I'll use it for that. So that is it, man. That's everything. I hope you guys enjoyed the little breakdown video. Again, 8.5 is where I'm sticking with the rating. I think it's really, really good. Again, I apologize for lack of videos. That's kind of gonna continue a little bit for the simple fact that I'm coming up to the end of my school year, and I've got to finish my schoolwork, and I've also got like a really big exam that I'm studying for and prepping for. So videos will be sparse. I apologize for that ahead of time. I hope you can understand if you made it this far. You're probably somebody who does understand, but on the off chance that you're just a random viewer, I appreciate you coming by. If you don't mind hitting the subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Like I said, for the next little bit, there's gonna be like some sparsity in videos, but as soon as graduation and everything happens, man, like the channel is gonna be able to go into a kind of like my second thing. Right now it's kind of on the back burner, but it'll be able to be like, work and YouTube will be my two main focuses. So thank you guys so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. Like I said, make sure to hit the like, comment, and subscribe. It helps my channel grow a lot, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Stay peachy. Bye-bye.